Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And I want to start out by saying thanks to Zelric here on YouTube. And check him out on Instagram at Zelric42. If you're not already following him, definitely go check his channel out. He put out some quality material and some awesome stuff on Instagram. He set up a pass around of some WE knives, and this is the second one of the bunch that he sent me. And we're going to start out. This is the WE Knives 713C, the Sea Monster. And I think the name is definitely appropriate. It definitely looks like something you'd find in the bottom of the sea, ready to chomp at some other fishies. So let's start out by checking out this real upswept blade. I'm going to start out by saying this definitely is not my thing. You know, it's a little bit too over the top for me. I am a fan of an upswept blade. I love having a lot of belly, but this one didn't really do it for me, so I definitely wanted to give it the chance, and I put it through its paces, and I'm going to let you know how it goes. You got an overall length of 8.3 inches, and real quick, let's get some size comparisons out of the way so you can get an idea about how big this knife really is. First off, we got the Spyderco Manix 2. The Manix is just a tad bit shorter, not by much. Next one up, another Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And these two are really comparable in size. The Paramilitary has just a tad bit shorter blade, about the same size handle. Let's see what else I have. Benchmade large Ritter grip tinion. And it's a little bit bigger than the grip, large grip. And what else? Ontario Rat Model 1. And as you can see, the Rat Model 1 is just a tad bit longer. There you go. So there's your size references. Your blade on this guy is about 3.3 inches in length from here to here. The handle is about 5 inches long. And let's see. What you got here, like I said, is a nice upswept blade with a two-tone finish. You got your black coating on the main bevels and your top swedge and the top spine, carrying over underneath here with a satin finish on the flats. You also have that black inside this blood groove or fuller with the two holes that kind of look like eyes, definitely creature-esque. And then on the top right here, you carry over that sea monster theme with this, I don't know, it looks like not gills, it looks like fins or something right there. Yep, and just, I don't know, if you're into this futuristic look, you know, definitely give it a shot. Let's see, I love how they kept this sterile on this side and on this side. The only thing that you have on this blade, and it's very, very tiny. Let's see if I can focus. There you go. The blade steel, which is Bowler M390. Absolutely love the steel. Very nice high performance blade steel in your super steel class. Alrighty, let's go to the handle. The handle is a titanium frame lock with some extensive milling on it. You got these rib for her pleasure up here that look like fish gills. And it adds some texture and some grip, and as you can see, it's not sharp because they have knocked off the peaks right here, so you don't have any hard, sharp, lines up on top. Well done there. You have some more milling over here. Very generous lanyard hole that you could easily fit a few strands of 550 paracord in there. You have this titanium backspacer that looks like fins of a sea creature, and it's raised above. None of these peaks are sharp at all. They've knocked those off in the stone washing process, I'm guessing. You got like a matte gray finish on the titanium. I'm guessing it's like a bead blast finish or something like that, and you have a light stone wash to finish it off. You also have titanium hardware. You got your WE logo like on all your upper end WE knives. You got the bronze anodized titanium body screws, and on this side you have Matching bronze screws here and here for your lock bar stabilizer and your pivot with a pivot collar around it. You have a milled titanium pocket clip that flows well with the design. It keeps in that swoop that you have on here. It just follows that, nicely done. It can fit, you know, the majority of your pants. You got enough underneath there to get you know, most of your pants in there. Let's see. Let's get a simulation right here. Two different pants pockets. You got your flat pockets and your curved pockets. Let's see what it looks like in those pockets. Let's see if I can get it over this lip. And as you can see right there, that's about how much is sticking out of the pocket. So ride's fairly deep when you have a slanted pocket, and that lanyard hole is still accessible, so you'll better have a lanyard there if you're a lanyard guy or girl. And in your flat pockets, let's see if I can fit it in there. Alrighty, let's see. With your flat pocket right there, you have about the same amount sticking out, and that lanyard's still accessible. You still have enough to grab onto to be able to pull it out of the pocket. Real quick, while I have it right here, comes in your standard WE box that has that cool iridescent look where you can see it purple in some light, black in some light. It has the model number and also comes in your standard WE pouch. Nice zipper pouch that has spots for two knives if you'd like it. Comes in a plastic baggie. Silica gels in the box. You got a cleaning cloth and what is it? I think it's there's your pause and read, congratulating you on your purchase. So there you go. Okay. Let's see what else. I talked about the milling. You also have some contours going around the entire knife, so it's kind of CC'd. It rounds over, nicely done. No problems with catching your finger on that blade whatsoever. They kind of raise the backspacer up a little bit, so it kind of aids in keeping your finger away from that. It's decently slender, but the way it scoops up like that, you know, it is, say, riding like that. So, you know, if you put a lot of other stuff in your pockets, this might not be the right choice for you. The flipper tab is done nicely. You got your light switch you got some good bit of jimping up there that definitely grabs the finger nicely. Not too overly aggressive, but with the light switch, it rockets out. And push button, it even amps up that rocket out. Let's see. And then as you can see, there's no sharp point right there. They have chamfers going all around the flipper tab. Very nicely done. Definitely give that one an A+. So as I use this blade, I did notice you got this saber grind. It's a flat grind, about halfway up the height of the blade, and this thing came super sharp. That's one huge plus. I started shaving some wood. It shaved wood excellently. I cut a good bit of nylon rope, a little bit of sisal rope, and it performed okay in the rope. The thicker rope, it kind of struggled a little bit because it abruptly comes to this full thickness right here, so it wedges itself into the material. This wouldn't be the best cheese slicer, apple slicer. You'll fill up these holes and it'll create a wedge, just breaking the material. I noticed, let's see, I got some right here. With thicker cardboard like this, whenever I was cutting into it, let's see if I can get this on camera, cutting into it, you can definitely feel the resistance of the thicker cardboard catching on that higher portion of the blade right there, making it not as easy to cut as, you know, say a full flat grind all the way up. But, you know, it definitely does a job. Just depends on which angle you're cutting at. I enjoyed this tip like that. You can get some nice precision cutting when like getting into a box or something, just pulling it down like that. I raised my finger up like that, and I was able to get some nice precision scalpel-like cuts. The star and attraction of this knife for me, hands down, is the incredible action. Watch this. Whoop. This is by far the best WE knives action that I've felt to date. I handled a lot of them at Blade Show. I've owned a few, and I also have this guy that I have a review coming up if it hasn't posted already. The action on this one is subpar, but being that even though this knife is not really for me, if you want a knife with an incredible action, this thing super duper smooth. I mean, rockets out, no problem whatsoever, and I mean drops free. Nothing's been done to this knife. It hasn't been cleaned out or anything like that. Came like this. I wish they were all done like this. The detent is dialed in perfectly to where you can do the Spidey flick in that blood groove right there. Or if you want to, slowly open this knife, you can put your finger in that blood groove and just slowly roll it open. So, this knife has a lot going for it. Like I said, if the look just doesn't do it for me, I'm going to talk about some of the things that personally are a turn off for me. And let's get started with that right now. First of all, for my medium-sized hands, I noticed when I was bearing down, doing some wood cutting into some soft 2x4 pine, I noticed right off the bat that this lip right there was digging into my pinky. It's always a risky move when you put these points like this one and this one. I thought this one was going to give me the most problems, but this one really dug into my pinky when I was putting a lot of force down on the blade. I did kind of notice this one because it is coming to a point right there. They did kind of round it off, but that's always a risk when you put those deep finger grooves in there, unlike having, say, a neutral handle like this one right here. And even, here you don't have that point. You have a nice gradual rounded edge on there. So the ergos for me aren't great. They're not terrible, but they're just not, at the $270 price tag on this knife. That kind of stuff is the deal breaker for me. Then looking at the blade, the jimping is really not functional at all. It's just aesthetics. It's really slick up there. You got that coating that keeps it slick. Also, this grind, I would love to see a full flat grind. Do away with the fuller, just because it's a pretty bad wedge once you get up to that half thickness of the blade, and it's not the best at slicing through thicker materials. Also, while we're getting into the blade, this finger choil, even though it fits my fingers, if you have fat sausage fingers or you got big old mitts, this thing is just going to be a sharpening choil. It's not going to be a forward finger choil for you because you will cut yourself on that blade. Let's see. What else? Did I talk about the 2 points right here and here? Another thing that I noticed, putting it in and out of the pockets, and I noticed the same type thing on this one. I wish whenever they're putting these grooves, sometimes it looks nice and I like to see the extra work. But as you can see, that clip is sitting right on top of the two peaks right there. And even though it keeps it in the pocket really well, it is a pocket destroyer. I mean, it started shredding my shorts immediately. Let's see. Look out. The action on this just puts a smile on my face. I wasn't even going to review this knife at first because it was definitely not my thing. But I flipped this knife once, and I knew I had to give it a fair shake. Let's see. Let me think. Let's see if there's anything else. Another thing, and I noticed it on this knife as well. I don't understand why they did this, but it's not as noticeable on this knife, but you have this nice bronze anodization here and here on these screws. You have it here and here, and you have it here, but then you flip the knife over and you have this matte gray, which, like I said, this knife is not so bad. It kind of blends in, but look at this. You got the blue all around here, blue here and here, and then you have that just looks like it's just out of their parts bin, which I'm sure it is. So that's just a nitpick. It's not hurting the functionality of this knife whatsoever. Let's see. Let me make sure I touched on everything. Like I said, you know, if maybe if you had a smaller hand, I wear a medium-sized glove, maybe this would be more comfortable in your hand. For me, it just is not comfortable. The knife is functional. The action is just absolutely amazing. So if you want a knife just for action alone, then, you know, I would say this isn't a bad buy. Let me see if I have some paper, because I cut a good bit of stuff up. Like I said, I want to give this knife a fair shake and actually put it through its paces like I did with the other one that was sent to me. Let's see how the edge is. I don't expect it to be that great, like I said, because I did cut a good bit of stuff, and let's see. Yep. It came, like I said, razor sharp. Oh, dang. I didn't think it was going to be this dull. Well, let's try it another way. Okay, so it's not, it's got a workable edge on there. Like I said, it still cuts through the cardboard pretty nicely. Let me feel. Let's see if it has any edge damage whatsoever. I didn't cut anything but, like I said, wood, rope, a good bit of cardboard. It has a little bit of microchip, feels like right here. I don't know how that would have happened. I didn't hit any staples or anything. But like I said, it came super sharp. So all right, that'll wrap it up. Like I said, this wasn't really my thing. If this design really speaks to you and you want to give it a shot in the ergonomics department, go ahead. Like I said, it's a functional knife. You definitely won't be dissatisfied with this awesome action. I mean, it's absolutely a joy. I carried this knife a good bit, well, at least for the last 4 days, I think. And the action is just stellar. Especially, like I said, you can multiple deployments on this knife. All right, guys and girls, hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. If you like my videos, please give them a big thumbs up. Share them with your friends and family. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, people. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers so I can plan a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. All right, guys and girls, I kept y'all around for long enough. Y'all have an absolute wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Peace.